Hi, I'm Dia. Welcome to 30-Day Yoga Party Day 20. Today's warming practice invites lots of chest and heart opening, so go ahead and get your space set up, and I'll see you on the mat. Hey friends, let's go ahead and take a tabletop position on our mat. Taking a moment here, stacking wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then go ahead and sway from side to side, pressing into your right hip and then your left. Feel that weight in your right hand and then your left. Good. And then backwards and forwards. Nice. Go ahead and sigh out your day. Start to arrive here in your body for this practice. Good. And we'll move through some cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze forward. Rotate the eyes of your elbows forward. And exhale to round through your spine. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Keep moving through this to your own breath, to your own tempo. Good. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze and really let yourself have this solo moment. Maybe you'll start to round through your spine in one direction and then the other. A little freestyle cat-cow, a cat-cow party, if you will. Good. Take about 2 more breath cycles wherever you're at in this process. Good. Once you're finished, go ahead and bring your hands forward slightly. Tuck your toes, press to downward facing dog. First one's for you. Take any movements you want to here. Again, maybe shifting from one side to the other. Getting into all those nooks and crannies. Good. Then go ahead and find a stable, still, downward facing dog and breathe in. And breathe out. Moving right away. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, open your hip, bend your top knee. Good. Extend your right leg long and level out your hips. Breathe in here. And exhale as you step forward to your left thumb. Lower your back knee, but keep those back toes tucked. Sweep your fingers to the sky. Inhale as you gaze up. And as you exhale, cactus your arms. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, send your knuckles towards that back heel as you open your chest. And exhale, release your hands. Bring your left palm to the floor. You're going to swim your right hand forward, up and back. Lift your left heel towards your glute and take hold of the top of this back foot. If you can't quite reach, that's okay. Just keep that energy, that intention moving in that direction. If you do happen to have your hand on this foot, press the top of your foot into your hand for a deeper stretch. Inhale. And exhale, release your foot down, swim this right hand forward and let it land inside of your right foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee, and then walk your hands over to the left. You're going to keep your right knee bent, coming into a skandasana or a half squat. So if you haven't moved yet today, you are probably pretty tight, and maybe this is where you're living. If you tend to have a little more flexibility in your hips and your hamstrings, go ahead and come on down to this position. And then see if instead of rounding forward, you can tent those fingers to the earth and lengthen through your chest. Take an inhale. And exhale, walk your hands back to the top of your mat. You're going to pivot that back foot so you come to this low lunge. Press your palms down, lift your right leg up and back. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, go ahead and open that top hip, bend that top knee again. You have the option to stay here, Or continue to let this top foot lower to the earth behind you. Keep your right knee bent, left leg long as you rotate on that left foot. Reach your right fingers overhead for Wild Thing. Good. Notice the connection of your left palm into the floor. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring right hand to your mat. Go ahead and flip over to a plank. Shift your weight forward and lower to your stomach. Awesome. Inhale to lift your chest for Cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes, press to downward facing dog. Once you arrive, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, open your hip, bend your top knee. Keep those shoulders square to the front of your mat. Extend your left leg long and level out your hips. Breathe in and breathe out. Step forward to your left thumb. Lower your back knee, but keep those back toes tucked. Sweep fingers high to the sky. Inhale. And exhale as you cactus your arms, drag them behind you. Opposite thumb on top. Inhale as you interlace your fingers, send your knuckles towards your back heel, open your chest. And exhale, release to fold forward. Right palm comes to the mat. Left arm swims up and back. Bend your right heel towards your glute. Good, and a quad stretch. Same story on the side. If it doesn't quite reach, that's okay. Good. Really nice. Take an inhale. And exhale, release that back foot, let it float down. Left hand swims forward inside of your left foot. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, and then you'll walk your hands over to the right. Again, sorry about the view, but make a choice here. Go ahead and stay in this, at this, what is this height, okay? Or if you're feeling pretty warm and stretchy, you can sink your hips down. Rotate these toes up towards the ceiling. Good, and then tense your fingers to the earth and lengthen through your spine. Awesome, my friends. Take an inhale and exhale. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Pivot your feet so you come to a low lunge. Press your palms down. Left leg lifts up and back as you breathe in. And exhale, bend that top knee, open your hip. Option to stay here, or being mindful of anything around you. Continue to lower that left foot to the earth behind you. Right leg stays long. And reach overhead, belly button, flip to the ceiling. Wild Thing. You make my heart sing. Is that right? Take an inhale. And exhale, left palm down. Flip your belly back to the earth to a plank. And then lower to your stomach. Point your toes, firm your legs. Inhale, lift your chest. From here, as you exhale, just press to a child's pose. Good. Sit back on your heels, forehead to the floor, and keep your arms lengthened in front of you. So sometimes we take a nice passive stretch where we let everything sort of flop down, but here, why don't we tent up on these fingers, and at the same time your hips are pulling back. Your fingertips are keeping this energy moving forward. So we've got this dual energy happening. Breathe in. And breathe out. Release your palms to the earth. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And then we're going to come up to a kneeling position. We'll be here for quite a few breaths, so if you like a little bit of padding under your knees, go ahead and lay a blanket down quickly. Let your knees be hips width distance. And then feel the front of your ankles lengthening down towards the earth, shins pressing down towards the earth, tops of feet pressing down towards the earth. Good. Bring your hands to your waist. And then go ahead and slide your fingers to your low back. Just like this, drawing your elbows back, chest nice and open. We're moving to a camel pose, and you have two options here. Before we start, feel your knees reaching down into the earth, and let that help lengthen through the front of your pelvis. Okay, so that downward energy helps us lift up here. Inhale as you lift your chest, and continue to lift your gaze towards the ceiling. If you are at your limit, stay here. Otherwise, continue to let your gaze reach behind you, and then you'll bring your hands down, thumbs inside of your heels. Is that true? Thumbs outside of your heels. Good. Either way, you can't go wrong. Press your hips forward. Chest is still lifting towards the ceiling. Gaze up towards the ceiling, or maybe even behind you. Continue to breathe with ease. Beautiful. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your chin to your chest. Walk your hands back up your low back. Take your time. Sit back on your heels. Good. And then go ahead and take another child's pose. This time, let your hands reach back towards the back of the mat. Your shoulders can round forward as your forehead reaches the floor. Nice work. Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome. Go ahead and extend your arms forward and slide to your belly. Oh yeah, however you need to get there. And then go ahead and let your elbows widen. Stack your hands on top of each other and bring your forehead down to rest on the pillow of your hands. And pause here for a moment. Good. Keep your left hand where it is. Bend your right knee and then reach back with your right hand to take hold of the top of your foot. Okay, and then I want you to, at the same time, think about your knee reaching towards the back of your mat. Also use your hand to pull down on this foot for a bit of a quad stretch, okay? Good. Notice if your butt is sort of popping up, and see if you can also smooth out your belly into the earth, pressing your pubic bone to the floor. Take an inhale. And exhale. Release that. Moving to the other side, bring your right arm back up. Left knee bends, reach back to take hold of the left foot. And then forehead returns to the earth. Just do the best you can. Feel your left knee reaching to the back of your mat. Pubic bone presses down to the floor, and then using your left hand, you're gently pulling down on this foot to lengthen through your left quad. Good. Relax your right shoulder. Relax your left shoulder. Take an inhale. And exhale to release. Good job. Okay. We're going to a bow pose. Bend two knees. Reach back. Take hold of the outside of your feet. Same story. Feel your knees reaching to the back of your mat. Lengthen through the front of your thighs, front of your hips. And then as you inhale, press the tops of your feet into your hands. And exhale to stay. So this is continuing. Feet are pressing into your hands. Then your hands are pulling back on your feet ever so slightly. And that is what's lifting your chest and your legs. Good. We're going to stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release back down to the mat. You can let your knees, your bent knees, your legs sway side to side here. Awesome. Extend your legs long. And roll over to your back. Nothing too fancy. Once you arrive, go ahead and bend your knees. Pause here for a moment. We're going to take legs up the wall or a version of that. If you are in a space in your home where you have an actual wall that you can rotate towards, go for it. Scoot your bum all the way up to your wall and then send your legs up. If you're like me and you're opting not to do that, I like to make this triangle shape with my hands here and then take this and place it right at the top of my glutes. And then from there, I'll send one leg up and then the other. Good. And this is where we'll stay. You can let your knees bend slightly. See if you can find a comfortable place in this. This hand on the floor, sort of propping up your hips, is hopefully helping take some of the pressure out of your hip flexors and your quads and your core. And hopefully you're able to find a nice balance here where your shoulders are relaxing to the earth. Your collarbones are wide. And in this pose, we're letting the blood rush from our feet back towards our heart for a nice little rinse. And if this feels nice to you, you have access to this even when we're not doing a video together. This is a really nice pose for the end of a long day, maybe right before you go to bed. You can play some soft music, dim the lights, and just sort of hang out here for a while as you unwind and settle in for some good rest. And speaking of which, take an inhale. And exhale, you can bend your knees towards your chest and then float them with care down to the floor. Release your hands and extend your legs long. Toes can fall open to their natural turnout. Palms face up towards the ceiling. And we have made it to our Shavasana. Breathe in and breathe out for rest. Deepen your breath and allow your awareness to come back to your body through gentle movements. When you're ready, reach your arms overhead, nice long stretch, and bend your knees, roll over to your favorite side, and use your hands to walk yourself up to a seated position. Comfortably on your mat. Good. Press your palms to heart center, and we'll bow our head towards our hearts here. resonating in gratitude. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste.